So Wuthering obviously has some new characters that have come out recently, and well, there's been a little bit of hatred towards some of the people that have been kind of theorizing some future stories that we could see coming to Wuthering Waves. Now, I wanted to talk about this in kind of whole because we've had previous issues with this in the past, which I have covered on my channel, including like the Honkai Star or like lesbian drama thing that happened a while ago, and also some stuff to do with Genshin Impact and everything like that. But if you guys didn't see, we actually got a new announcement for the new character Cantarella. I've talked about this a ton over on my main channel and also over on my second channel as well. It's become a really big thing. But again, you know, she's been very liked, and I feel like a lot of people are very happy. And I think that this meme kind of sums up a lot of what is going on in the community at the moment. They say this situation is hilarious. They say, ooh, why is she showing lingerie? Like, ugh. OMG, her tits look like balloons. She's a Goonabe. Only incels find this attractive. I'll quit this game if this continues. Nobody gives a fuck. And then also you got the Giga chat here saying, oh, big boobs and sexy legs. Thanks, Kerr. Which again is definitely the case for a lot of people. You know, I don't really care. I feel like, you know, Cantarella has a very appealing design. It's really nice to see. But obviously, you know, this person here has actually posted this thing saying, need Cantarella x Carlotta toxic Yuri ship. Now, obviously, a lot of people got very mad at this. It's got 6k likes and 181,000 views. Now, honestly, I don't actually see any, you know, problem with this post. Now, in previous times with the whole Robin drama and everything like that, the Firefly drama, there was a whole thing of like people saying that these characters were lesbian and that they can't be anything else. But this person is being a little bit different here. They're saying that they just need it. You know, that's just something that they want to see in the game. And I feel like a lot of people are going way too heavy on the defensive and way too far in terms of being like, no, she's not. No, she's not. She can't be, you know, stuff like this. Where it's like, okay, man, let's chill out a little bit. You know, people are allowed to have their own opinions. People are allowed to have, you know, things that they like. Now, obviously, I'm not defending saying like, you know, people saying that they have to be that and people saying that there's no other way that they can't be that. But that's not what they're saying here. They're saying that they just want it. They need it. You know, that's all that they want, you know? And I feel like a lot of people are kind of having a little bit of like, I guess, PTSD over the last situation, over people trying to make some of the characters forcibly lesbian or something like that, which obviously a lot of people don't like. And I totally get that, okay? I totally get that there's been situations in the past where it's been very forced upon the characters. But I feel like, you know, it just doesn't really matter. They're two fake characters and people are getting very mad over two characters that are in a game. They're 2D, they're not real, you know, they don't care if you think they're lesbian or not. Now, obviously, this person said here, muting this because this convo, like, I get that it won't happen, Rover and, you know, stuff, and that's fine, but let me yap without telling me to shoot myself. So apparently, some people are telling them to, you know, do some stuff, which again is kind of crazy, all over this, you know? All over them saying that they want two characters to get together. And I mean, we see this happen all the time, especially like not even in the kind of Yuri kind of space. You know, we've seen characters, you know, like Brant and things like, oh, what if Brant was with this character? What if Brant was with that character? What if Mare Rover was with this character? Nobody has an issue with that. But as soon as like it's like woman on woman, a lot of people have an issue with that. Now, obviously, I feel like a lot of it is due to maybe some of the audience. Maybe some of the audience just aren't very big fans of lesbian relationships and things like that, which again, you know, if they want to think that, then that's totally okay. You know, they're fine to have their own opinion on that kind of stuff. I don't really care. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you on why, you know, LGBT stuff is all good and everything like that, but hey, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But to be attacking them over something like this, like a little bit of a, I guess, like just an opinion, it's just so dumb. Now, obviously, you know, there's been other posts as well from like Ryuku Sensei, which I've covered over on my main channel, of people getting upset over the fact that Cantarella has actually had a better character design than the new character Veressa. Now, to be honest, I actually do really like the Veressa design. I feel like the whole wrestling stuff as well really adds in with her kit, and I thought that was really cool, having some kind of wrestling moves. But yeah, this person is saying that the Wuthering Waves is going to be EOS and stuff. And the fun thing is that actually Cantarella ended up getting more views, more likes and stuff than the Veressa drip marketing, which was really funny to see. And not only that, the Veressa actual drip marketing got less likes than that ugly fan art that got shown off in like Atoma's video. If you guys have seen that, you know, there was this one fan art of the character where they made them all fat and like really weird looking, and it just kind of looked completely ugly. Yeah, that managed to get more likes than the official drip marketing itself, which is absolutely crazy to see, especially seeing as how big Genshin Impact is. You know, people, you know, go on about, oh, you know, Genshin Impact's one of the biggest gacha games, which it is, But, you know, now they're kind of slipping in terms of the drip marketing and, you know, people actually being engaged with some of their characters, which is really funny to see. But obviously, you know, a lot of these situations hasn't kind of ruined the kind of reputation of any of these characters or the Wuthering Waves community yet. And they say, look, they say another retard ship from tourist, Hoyo disguised as wuwa player, go back to Gacha Yuri Impact fandom. Now, obviously, you know, they're saying, oh, I'm not shipping, I'm just stating though, what is with this aggression? Sorry, this isn't a Hoyoverse game. So a lot of people are very worried this is going to turn into a Hoyoverse game, which, you know, I can totally understand that. You know, I can totally understand why people would be worried that, you know, they don't want it to turn into this whole Hoyoverse community where they think every character is a lesbian. But let's be real, I feel like a lot of people, you know, they're entitled to their own opinion whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. And, you know, people are saying that it's like kind of toxic and everything like that. It's just like, bro, come on. Come on, we can be better than this, because again, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. They're two fake characters, which we need to remember. Now, the memes have been really good so far with Cantarella, obviously, you know, this one. So as I showed you, you know, the community has actually been really, really nice and really, really excited for this new character. Obviously, I saw another post as well of like Cantarella and Carlotta having like one of those governmental things, which I thought was really funny. It was actually like Cantarella had taken over like half of like rinascita, and then Carlotta won by like a landslide, which I thought was really funny because it was like a kind of like election type thing, which kind of fits into the current, like, you know, everything that's going on in the world right now. And, you know, a lot of people have been memeing on that, but overall it does seem to be like one of these things that just keeps happening in every single Gacha community, in every single way. You know, people just kind of argue about this kind of stuff and relationships and everything like that in terms of Gacha games. Obviously, we had the whole Gathering Wives stuff that actually happened previously. We talked about that. Again, I don't really care the fact that, you know, the rover is going around and quote unquote gathering wives. I feel like, you know, it's not like terrible. Obviously, it's not like the most profound story, the most pretentious story. Of course, it's very simple and it's very gacha gamey. But let's be real. I even spoke about this with Ryuku like a couple of days ago. A lot of the gacha games and even some of the earlier gacha games, they do appeal to this kind of gooner aspect. And that's just what a gacha game is, you know? I feel like that's exactly what a gacha game is. And people getting mad at the fact that the gacha game is doing something that a gacha game is doing, well, maybe you just shouldn't play it, you know? I feel like you shouldn't play the game if you feel like, you know, Cantarella's design is too showy. You feel like, you know, oh, the rover's gathering up too many wives, stuff like that. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that things can change. I feel like Wuthering Waves maybe could pave the way for a different type of gacha. But, you know, in terms of like talking about historically, in terms of like older gacha games and stuff that have like kind of come out and like talked about like different, you know, relationships, everything like that, different characters. You know, it's always kind of been like that, whether it's male characters, female characters, or any kind of character. You know, they've always kind of appealed to it. Whether, you know, obviously, you know, you got Love and Deep Space, games like that. There's many games that are like Love and Deep Space that are like Atome games, which obviously appeal to that whole gooner aspect because, yeah, you're kind of dating them or you're, you know, kind of hanging out with them quite a bit. And maybe they even throw in a couple of kind of, you know, more risky scenes and things like that into the kind of game, which obviously, you know, elevates that. And that's just the case with most gacha games. Obviously, there's a couple that don't lean in too heavily to that. Obviously, you know, you got Limbus Company, stuff like that, which are a little bit more darker. And I feel like that is one of the kind of outliers there. But I feel like most gacha games and most of the traditional ones that you see definitely do still appeal to it. And people are getting mad over the fact that they're playing a gacha game, to be honest. And I think it's kind of funny to see. And yeah, for the whole Yuri thing, you know, people just need to chill out. You know, there isn't really much to say apart from people need to chill out. I feel like people are allowed to have their own opinion about Yuri ships, everything like that. Obviously, if they start trying to force it on people, then it becomes a problem. And obviously, I will make a video on that. If that ever does happen and the community start trying to force some kind of ship, obviously, we know this is never going to happen in the game. Cantarella and Carlotta are not going to get together. Let's just be real. You know, that's not going to happen in the story. Kuro Games won't do that. But, you know, obviously, some people can dream, some people can think, and some people are entitled to give their own opinions on Twitter, just like pretty much everybody else is. So, yeah. I think it's kind of stupid overall, and yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, this is a really outlandish take and they should be burned on a cross for this because, you know, oh, how dare they be lesbian? I feel like, you know, this is just a little bit of a kind of overreaction from some of the community here. I feel like it's not the end of the world. It's not like they're trying to force it or anything like that, and it seems very obvious in a lot of the replies, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.